Hi there, Loy Machedo. We and you from LoyMachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding? All right, I happened to see this article that was in the national newspaper. I'm surprised it's printed again. It's kind of deja vu because I had addressed this concept in some of my videos, and now, lo and behold, it's come again, dated November 3rd, 2020. The title is, it's taken from the national newspaper, and the title is UAE Salaries. Half of Emirati graduates expect 15 to 30,000 dirhams starting salary. So you're talking about roughly, let's look at it, okay? AED to USD, if you're talking about 30,000, let's say 30,000, I am checking this right now. It's around $8,167. So say roughly around $8,200. That is what they expect. A graduate who doesn't have any experience of the real world, who doesn't have any working experience, who cannot add any value other than just being dead weight, who is a fresher, who's a kid in the corporate world, they expect to get $8,200. Now, what you do not know is what the Emirati expects in terms of working environment. Okay, for those who are not who have not been in UAE, this is the reality of what the Emiratis expect. They expect to work 5 days a week. Okay, they expect to work, say, 8 hours sharp, not more, not even a minute more. And out of the 8 hours that they work, 1 hour is guaranteed break, so it's 7 hours. And out of the 7 hours, you could say by the time they come in and they have coffee and they sit down, 1 hour will go there. And by the time they have to leave, they will, just waste time and kill time. That is 1 hour gone there. And then you'd be surprised to know there are many Emiratis who actually believe that, or rather they put the excuse that they have to pray 5 times a day during working hours. Okay, if you speak to a spiritual Muslim, I don't know whether you can call it spiritual or religious, or if you speak to a Muslim who follows his religion, he knows that there are particular times during the day you have to pray, starting from whenever they get up in the morning. That is, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not very well versed with all that, but they pray early in the morning. Okay. However, these Arab Muslims, they actually pray during working hours. And, the funny thing is, when they pray, okay, this is not a shit on them, but this is a fact. And I know this from personal experience, and not only personal experience, I've actually seen in other companies, when they pray, obviously ablution or whatever, they have to wash their hands, their legs, and they have to prepare themselves before they pray. So their prayer can be around, say, 10 or 15 minutes. Preparing themselves for the, getting ready is 15 minutes. And after they finish praying is another 15 minutes. So you're talking roughly around 1 hour. 1 hour or 45 minutes goes into preparing themselves to pray. So just factor this, okay? As it is, maybe they come on time or maybe they come late. And after that, you have let's say 8 hours. They come 8 hours. 1 hour goes for coffee and everything else. Okay. And 1 hour goes end of the day. So you're left with 6 hours. Out of the 6 hours, 1 hour break. So you have 5 hours. Out of the 5 hours, maybe they'll pray twice during the day. So then you have 5 hours, you have 3 hours. And out of the 3 hours, most of the time they'll be looking at their phones, they'll be chatting, they'll be talking, they'll be wasting time. So out of the 3 hours, say you're left with 1 hour. And out of the 1 hour, I wonder what can you do? And I'm pretty sure even that 1 hour they have something else. Maybe they'll go to the toilet, or maybe they'll just go for a meeting, or whatever it is. So this is not me shitting on them. This is me giving you the reality. Now, are all Emirati locals like this? No, absolutely no. There are a lot of Emiratis who take their career very seriously, and I know one of my very close friends, he works with Emiratis, okay, and these Emiratis have studied abroad. They have, studied at the creme de la creme, the best schools, universities, and when they come back, they have this fire, they have the desire, they have this intention to leave a legacy. And I'll tell you, these guys and girls, they literally work. I'm talking about. They don't give a damn whether it's 6 hours a day or 7 hours a day. They work like crazy. They are obsessed and they want to achieve greatness. So there are Emiratis like that, but they are far and few. It's like just out of, let's say, 10, no, out of 100, maybe there are 5, okay, not more than that. And this is the case with almost every nationality, every industry, every country. You can't have everyone be the best. But now, I'm not focusing on that 5% that is amazing, that is incredible, that is inspirational. I personally know Emirati locals who work so hard, who have given their life, who have given their creativity, and who are simply unbelievable. I mean, you can literally write a book on them, and it's unbelievable. They are that good. Okay, I personally know such Emirati locals. However, the fact of the matter is, if the majority are not like that, then it doesn't make sense. See, I have mentored, or I have trained, or I've had clients, even Emiratis, who, women, especially the women, because they have many rules and restrictions. They literally, spend their time doing something productive. I know Emirati women who have not only one PhD, they are going for their second, they are going for their third. They have 2 MBAs, 3 MBAs. They take their work very seriously. So there are Emiratis like that. But I'm not talking about that 5%. I'm talking of the majority. The majority of them, sad to say, are nothing but a waste of space. Okay? And I'll tell you exactly why. Now, see, this article, what it says is, if you read the article, it says half the Emirati students expect a starting salary of 15 to 30,000 dirhams. A study has revealed. So that's roughly around 8,000, 100 or 200 US dollars. Okay, so that's what they expect. I would beg to differ and say it's not half the Emirati students, it's all the Emirati students, all of them. Okay, and I'll tell you why. The survey shows that 20% of Emirati students expect the same, while 58% expect a starting salary of 7,500. Now, do you know there are many Emirati locals who literally just have to put stamp, rubber stamp, they call the rubber stamp chaps, if you go to customs, if you go to these guys who just for stamping, they don't have any education, nothing, they're just supposed to rubber stamp. They get around 7,000 basic, and on that 7,000 you get housing allowance, transportation allowance, you get so many other perks and benefits. In fact, you'll only see Indians, Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, Bangladeshis, they will come to work 6 days a week, 7 days a week. They will work minimum of 10 to 12 hours a day. Okay, and this is a fact. You can ask any expatriate whether what I'm saying is true or false. This is not mentioned in the media. They will never mention this. This is the reality of what goes on the ground. So you would see so many locals, so many even Western expats. For example, there's a project which has to be delivered, okay? You'll get this Emirati guy, you'll get this British guy, you'll get this bunch of Indians and Pakistanis. Now, they will be coming to work. The Emirati guy will come late and go home early because he needs to spend time with his family. Yeah, because he's local. The British guy, after the Emirati goes, then the British guy, he goes on time. He comes on time and goes on time, okay? And then what he does is, he delegates. It's called delegation. He delegates the work to Ramu, and Lakshman. Make sure that you do the job. All right, I trust you'll do a great job. Good. And then he goes to the pub, and he goes to enjoy with his family, and he goes out. And during, Thursday and Friday and Saturday, those are the days off. So during Thursday, maybe a half day, Friday, maybe a holiday, Saturday, maybe a holiday. So these Brits and Americans, they'll be lying on the beach and having a nice tan, which I never seem to understand as to why would anyone want to waste their time sleeping in the sun. If you have that much of eagerness to work in the sun, go work in the bloody field in India. There you have enough and more sun. So anyway, these guys will be lying on the beach half naked, And if any question comes from the office, oh, Ram, no problem, no problem. I trust you'll do an amazing job, Ram. Good, good, good. That's your spirit, and he'll be lying down on the beach. That's his work, delegation, as they call it. While these Indians and Pakistanis and Sri Lankans, they'll be dying in the office, working day and night, hardly, not even seeing their own wife and children who are there staying in the same house. So now this is the story. This is the story of. Now here I was speaking about an experienced Emirati, okay, experienced in wasting time, and he has at least some. But here you're talking of these kids who have zero experience. They are great at social media. They are fantastic at showing off. They are good at social media, at Instagram, and showing off their father's car and taking, you'll be surprised to know so many young Emiratis have literally taken loans and made their fathers take their loans, and they live in their father's house and their father's car and expenses, and they show off left, right, and center. They have great education. They know how to speak English very well. They know how to, obviously they know Arabic. They have traveled the world because their father and mother can afford to take loans and travel around the world. So they have this sense of entitlement which is so high, it's unbelievable. In fact, I can openly challenge you on this. An Indian, Pakistani, Sri Lankan, an expat has a fear of losing their job. They are afraid of losing their job. They are afraid of the employer. They are afraid of getting a ban on their visa, okay, on their passport. Emirati, do you think an Emirati is scared of losing his job? Do you think the Emirati is scared of getting a visa cancellation or getting a ban? In fact, the employer is scared of the Emirati. Why? Because if he tells the Emirati, work hard, he'll say, oh, you talking to me? I'm local. Local. He will shout like, Shuendak, I'm local. He'll just put the local trump card. What can you do? You can't do jack shit. Okay, and before you know it, he can even go to the ministry and complain. He can even go to the government and say he's treating locals like shit. He is being racist. Or they can put the best trump card. He's against Islam. He's against Muslims. And take it from me, so many of them, so many in the government seats, they'll not bother. The minute they hear that you are against them, or you're against, especially against Islam, there's no need for any evidence. Okay, Dubai can be a little bit fair, okay? But I'll tell you, the other states, they are absolutely horrendous. And Dubai, the ones, especially from Dubai, they are lazy to the fucking core. All they want is to enjoy their life, go for the parties, the best of the West, and, the best of their country. In fact, here's an open challenge. All these Emiratis who go for vacations to London, to Thailand, they don't come here to pray to Buddha and to go to the temples. You know why do they come? And especially their prime spot is Pattaya. Okay, just do a little Google search and you'll find out walking street. Why do they come there? Okay, so when they enter the aircraft, they are wearing their kandora and Allah, and they're wearing all their holy stuff. The minute they sit in the aircraft and the minute it flies, they'll go to the washroom, they'll remove their kandura, and there they wear their jeans and their shirt, and they look hip and happening. In fact, even the girls, the females who are, they'll always, they'll put their nice little scarf and Allah, and they're so holy. The minute they enter the aircraft, this goes away, that goes away, and the tight outfits, and they're just dying to show their assets, and they're dying to show their body, and they're dying to show everything, because they're so suffocated. They're just dying to just have fun, be crazy, okay? And they just want to go wild. However, the trump card, the pride of being local, Emirati, it goes everywhere. In fact, I have seen even in Pattaya, when they are talking to, let's say, any of the staff, sure, what are you doing? That is how they talk. Why? Because they know they have enough and more money. They know they have enough and more support from the government. Now, mind you, I'm not saying every single person, but the majority. Just as when you say Indians, Okay, they eat with their hands. I'm an Indian passport holder. So if someone tells me Indian sound "Gu, gu, gu, gu," and they shake their head, yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you because the majority do like that. If you say, oh, their curry smells and they eat with their fingers and they don't, some of them don't even have personal hygiene, I totally agree with you. The majority are like that. If you say that people shit and piss on the streets, yes, poverty is rampant. Okay. But however, we are talking of a population of 1 billion. 1 billion. So the majority are ordinary, the majority are simple, the majority have a humid climate, they can't afford to buy all these amenities. Okay. So when you say, for example, Filipinos, they talk pipili papala papa tapala pata. That's a reality. If you say Chinese sound, ching chang ka man cheng bang, that's a reality. Okay. So it's nothing to be offended. Oh, racism. Oh, racism. No. These are the common characteristics. Like, for example, if you see an African, you go, that's a reality. Now, this is not being racist. This is the fact. Okay. So Indians have particular quirks. Africans have particular quirks. Arabs have, like if you say with Arabs, they say, with everything, Allah, Allah, Khali, Allah, Allah Akbar, Allah, 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 everything is Allah, 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 Allah. Well, that's because that is how they are taught. Okay. So, each and every culture, each and every country, each and every religion has its quirks. And these are some of the quirks of Emiratis. Now, the thing about Emiratis is they are not bad people. It's not that they are bad. They are actually very hardworking people. But the problem is they got introduced to the world of luxury, to the world of money, to the world of entitlement from the government that gives them easy money, by which now they don't want to go back to the days of being with camels and the desert. Today's Emirati wants Western values, Western benefits, Western perks, while having the Eastern identity, and at the same time the ability to enjoy all this without working hard. That is the reason why these Emiratis will never ever be employed. Who employs these Emiratis? The only people who employ these Emiratis are governments. Okay, Etisalat, fruit salad, do. Then you have Emirates Airlines. You have Etihad. You have all these local government companies. Multinationals, some they can afford, but the majority don't want these people because they are troublemakers. It's like you're inviting trouble. It's like you're inviting somebody who you cannot control. And after you employ them, you have to pay them. Just imagine, you have to pay 30,000 dirhams, okay, for one person. If you employ 10 of them, you have to pay per month, you have to pay 300,000, okay. For the same budget, you can get, instead of one Emirati graduate, you can get 2 Indians who will have at least 10 to 15 years experience, working experience, who will have job insecurity, who will have the fear that they may lose who will work their ass off, who will give you results. Emirati will work only 6 hours or 8 hours. These Indians will work 12 to 14 hours. Emirati will not care a damn. He'll work 5 days a week. These guys will work 7 days a week. Emirati will not give you any results. He may not give you results at all, throughout the duration of the time he works, and he'll work only for 6 months or 1 year. When he gets fed up, he'll leave. These Indian guys will stick around until the completion of their visa, and most probably they'll renew it. This Emirati guy will not be bothered, will not want to learn, will not care a damn. These guys will want to be their best because they know they have to go back to their home country. This Emirati guy has the support of the government. These Indian guys will not have any support of nobody. So when you have this kind of fear, these guys will work hard and show results. This guy will not care a damn. So why should anyone employ this Emirati guy? Why should anyone employ someone who you know you're going to have a problem? It's like the best analogy I can give you is employing a member of the mafia. Okay? You employ them, and if you piss them off, this guy can shoot you, kill you, threaten you. So you can't do anything. All you got to do is keep him happy. In fact, when I was working in Citibank, as in my 20s. You're talking of 25 years ago. That time they wanted this Emiratization nonsense. They bought this Emirati guy. They bought 2 Emirati guys. Both of them, I'm telling you, we used to come 8 o'clock. This guy used to come 10 o'clock. We had our desk, which was joined with other people. You had small, small spaces. This Emirati guy had his own private office. Okay. Just keep in mind that he is same, just like us, at the same level. We were paid 2,500 dirham salary plus 500 as allowance. This guy was paid, I think, around, what was this thing? I think he was paid around 18 or 20,000 dirhams. I'm not too sure. I can't recollect. 18 or 20,000 dirhams. Okay. That was basic plus, plus, plus. He was given a lot of perks which we are not aware of. They had a separate HR for Emirati locals while we had the normal, the HR. So we had targets. Every month we had to bring in 21 customers. He had no target. During the meetings, they used to ask, what is your target? How much you'll bring? We were even afraid to stand up and commit 21 customers. He would say, I'll bring 500. Ha, ha, ha. And everyone was like shocked. And the sales manager, wow, see, that is called determination. He used to bring in zero. He used to come into the office and speak on the phone, put his legs, with their slippers, they have their sandals. He used to just fold his kandura and put his legs on the top, and he used to talk. And even the sales manager who used to come and talk to us, he used to just, he said, chod, usko chod, because he knew that he couldn't do anything. And it was mandatory to have an Emirati local among the visas, the quota. It was important to have him. 6 months, I think he worked, 6 months or 4 months. He didn't bring a single customer. He didn't come on time. He left whenever he liked. He was not accountable to anybody. And even the manager was scared of him. Why? Because if he would get angry, he would complain to the ministry, and maybe the entire department would have problems. So who wants to employ people like this? Now, once again, I'm telling you, it's not all, but the majority. See, the Emiratis can only work well with Emiratis in Emirati companies under the government, because they can afford to pay them not only the $10,000, they can give them free house, free car, come on time, go whenever you like. But there they have the fear of losing their job because their perks are so high. So right off the bat, every Emirati, their dream job is to join the government, is to work for a government entity where they can get this $10,000 starting salary. And not only that, they'll get plenty of perks and benefits, from insurance to loans to housing to all these benefits. So it's best if they work there, because there they are afraid of their own types. Say an Emirati in UAE, a UAE citizen will never be afraid of an Indian, but an Emirati will be afraid of an Emirati. That much is a fact, and everyone knows this, but they can't talk about it. So, these Emiratis they will end up without a job. They'll be jobless, they'll be unemployed. And there is no way, it is impossible. Take it from me, I give you an open challenge. Emiratization is never going to happen, because the majority are lazy bums. They are just lazy bums. Just like in India also, being an Indian, I'm telling you openly, in India, the majority, especially the new generation, they are fucking useless, absolute useless. I've got youngsters who literally are addicted to WhatsApp, who are addicted to social media. These youngsters, they have this sense of entitlement that they are going to be the next entrepreneur. This buzzword, entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Fuck you. What the fuck is an entrepreneur? They have this, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a enterprising, they even have this dummy CEO of some fucking website they have. I'm a CEO. They think it's easy to make money. The problem is, today you have this internet world where they believe they can earn a 6-figure, 7-figure, 10-figure income just by doing all this nonsense online. Their head is in the clouds. In fact, if you ask any youngster today, what do you bring to the table? Their answer during the interview, I bring creativity, I bring ideas, I bring a fresh new prospect, concept, whatever. They're good at talking. I'll tell you, they are very good at public speaking, they're good at talking. Results, zero. And I know this why, because even I was a youngster once upon a time. I was 20 years old. I can tell you, I was a pompous prick. Even though those days there was no internet, there was nothing. Just by reading books, I was up in the clouds. I thought no end of myself. See, the thing is, there is this stage, there is this phase for a youngster to grow. and they need to face the realities of life. And these Emiratis need to go through this pain, need to go through this suffering. But the problem is, when you have a country which takes care of you, when you have your parents that take care of you, when you have the whole society and your friends taking care of you, when you're not worried that, oh, if my visa gets cancelled, I'll be thrown out. They don't give a damn, because the government will take care of me. Unemployment benefits. Oh, I can get a loan. I can take a loan and not pay it, and the sheikh will forgive me. So they don't care a damn. They don't have a drive. The females have a little bit of drive because they know they are locked up in the house, so they're very competitive in nature, and that is why many Emirati females, they study very hard. They study, not only get their degree, they get their masters, they get their PhD. Most of the Emirati females, they're very, very dedicated to studying hard and being the best at their work. Okay, but it's very hard to manage them. But the men, they are either really stupid and bad, or they are really aggressive and good. It's like the extreme, nothing in between. But I can tell you something, that nobody can challenge this. Their ego, their pride, their sense of entitlement is way too hard to control. It's impossible for an Indian to manage. Indian, Pakistan. It's even hard for a Westerner. These Westerners, they kiss their ass. They're like, oh, it's all right, ha ha ha. They try to be very nice because they know you'll get jailed. In fact, you don't have to take a single word what I'm saying. These schools and colleges of governments where these teachers come in, they get good salaries. But I'll tell you, speak to any of these teachers and ask them, how are Emirati students? They will tell you it's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare, because these Emirati students, they don't respect the teachers. They openly tell them, fuck off. They tell them, shoo and duck. They shout at them that way. And one of the teachers actually sent me a video, but he told me not to put it up because obviously he would be jailed. He put up this video when he went to the class. He was showing me how it was. These kids, there's no discipline, there's nothing. They don't listen to anything. They don't care a damn. And if you dare raise your voice or correct them, they will call their mother and father to the school, and the teacher will be fucked. Not only fucked, can be jailed. So this is the challenge. In fact, I even know one particular teacher who, the boy was misbehaving. He said, please behave yourself, or something like that. The student ended up calling the father and mother. They came, they shouted, they threatened, they made such a big ruckus. They had a police case on the poor teacher. Police case. And they made life miserable. The teacher eventually lost the job because the school wanted to save their face. Lost the job, didn't get paid the salary, ended up with a legal case and got deported. This is the reality of this. This is actual facts. They'll not put this in the paper. They'll only show as Emirati. You'll only say Expo 2020. Oh, year of tolerance. Oh, the culture. Oh, we welcome you with open arms. That is just a fucking facade. Okay, you'll see all these Emirati vloggers like what the fuck is that? That Mo Vlogs and Khalid Al Amri. They'll show only the smiley. Hey, 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 smiley, smiley. Don't fall for that. That is just smiley, smiley, happy, happy. You can't change their core. You cannot change their core. You want to see their reality, just go to any of these vacation spots where these Saudi, Iraqi, Bahraini, Kuwaiti, UAE, these guys who speak so much about Allah and where they are, Kandura, and they pray and they are so holy. See how they behave in London. See how they behave in Pattaya. See how they behave in Vietnam. And go to these countries. You'll see a totally different. In fact, forget that. Go to a nightclub. Go to a nightclub where these guys, remove their kandura and they go enjoy. I've had local Emirati friends, okay? When they want to enjoy, fucking hell, they become totally something else. But when they want to show respect in front of society, it's another story. So it's not me hating on. This is the reality. This is the reality that Emiratis, especially the young ones, it's very hard to control them, very hard to guide them. Just like it's very hard to control any youngster. See, it's a matter of upbringing. It's a matter of having the fear. It's a matter of having responsibility, which they don't have. See, here they are saying that these Emirati students have studied in Dubai Academic City, Heriot-Watt, Middlesex. What the fuck is Middlesex? Oh, rotten, stupid fucking. Look at the name, Middlesex. Okay. Wollongong and Dubai, whatever that college. all these colleges, they teach you jack shit. They teach you utter shit. It's just theoretical knowledge. It's like reading the fucking Wikipedia. Okay? You read it. What the fuck are you going to do in the real world? What skill does it give you? That you memorized a couple of words and sentences and phrases? What value can you give? Oh, you're going to be very smart. You know, most of the Emiratis who apply for jobs, they drive their, you just go to Dubai College, you'll see them driving their fucking Rolls Royce, you'll see them driving BMWs, you'll see them driving Maseratis, Lamborghinis, you'll see them wearing like skimpy outfits as if it's like a trailer for a porno, okay? I have seen students who, you can even see their thong and you can see their butt cheeks at the top, and you think they are going to work hard? You think they are going to, slog and take shit and go in the sun? Come on, we need to be realistic. These are pampered brats, both from these Emiratis to all these other nationalities. They are not going to fucking work hard because mummy and daddy is there for them to slog their ass. And when you earn 10 times more than a normal person, or, especially these third world countries, Indian, Pakistani, Sri Lankans, when you earn 10 times more for the same job position and you have 10 times more the rights and the privileges, why the fuck should you work hard, man? And even if you don't have a job, you get benefits from the government. See, and then this article says, experts state that in terms of higher education, they didn't know the reality of the workforce, and they need to have counselors. What the fuck counselor? What fucking counselor? If you go to poor countries where you think these children have counselors, you think they even have any quality education? No, their father, mother says, sorry, I can't take care of you. Go fucking work. If you can't work, get the fuck out of the house if you don't pay the rent. So they have to work. For people from difficult upbringing, from tough neighborhoods, where you literally have to work, you have to flip burgers, where you have to clean the streets, where you have to, wash the toilets, where you have to literally be like a mechanic, a plumber, these tough jobs where you have to be a farmer or you have to sell door to door. These are the realities of life. Here in the market, you'll see small children cutting fish, selling the vegetables. It's not that they're poor, but they're helping their parents with their work that they're doing. And that makes them stronger. That makes them better. They work in the sun. They carry stuff. They help their father and mother. That is why I want my baby also. I don't want her to have an easy life. I want her to have a very, very tough fucking life. That's why she sleeps on the ground. That's why she eats like normal people. I don't let her go for all these hi-fi stuff. Even now, the iPad, I've completely limited. The only reason I allow her to watch even the iPad is just to learn ABC and, to learn languages. But otherwise, she's going to fucking work hard just like any other poor person. And I've told my wife, she's going to work in the field. She's going to work in the farm. She has to sweat it out. She has to know the difficulty of carrying heavy stuff. Because then you'll appreciate poverty. Then you'll appreciate hard work. Then you'll appreciate the difficulties of life. These Emirati kids have been bought with a silver spoon, a fucking gold spoon up their ass. And they don't give a damn. Once again, I'm telling you, it's not that all Emiratis are like that. There are a very select few who work incredibly hard, whose creativity is amazing, whose contribution is just mind-boggling, and they are the future leaders of UAE. But it is only 5%. 5% of the total 100% of the Emirati population. And how much is the Emirati population? Is hardly 10% of the 100% of the population that is there in UAE. So out of 100 people in UAE, 10 are Emiratis. And out of the 10, only 1 is exceptional. So how do you expect them to do anything? See, the fact of the matter is, Emiratis, they have such an incredible opportunity, such an incredible gift that the UAE government, that the leaders, they give them this amazing platform to grow, to learn, to enjoy perks and benefits. But because they have given them this platform, because they have given them this ease, they are just spoiled. And it would have happened to anybody. If I was given the same perks and benefits, I would be a prick. And forget that, even without all the perks and benefits, I was a prick because I I just had overconfidence. I just thought no end of myself. I had that boiling blood of youth. And as these Emiratis were there, these youngsters, they have not seen the difficulties that the older Emirati generation have seen. Sheikh Zayed, Sheikh Rashid, they went through a tough time. If you read Sheikh Mohammed's memoir, what he says is his father, even his grandfather, used to make him sleep in the tent with scorpions so that he would get bitten by the scorpions, so that he would develop the resistance. He would sleep in the heat. He would walk with the camels. He would go in the harshness of the desert. That was Sheikh Mohammed's upbringing. He studied with the military. He learned a very tough life. You seriously think these Emiratis of today's generation are sleeping in the desert and allowing scorpions to bite them? You don't think that they are watching the internet, being glued to their smartphones, going for expensive holidays and enjoying the perks and benefits that the government is giving? They don't give a fuck. They don't care a damn. And that is not only the problem with the Emiratis, it is a problem with today's generation, which is really sad. So for me, this article is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just a tip. The problem is so deep-rooted that I don't think any Emirati is going to be employed by the non-Emirati businesses. And that is literally, I think, 95%. The 5% is government, and they can afford to pay them, $10,000, $20,000. But I'll tell you, the ruling family, the government, they have very high standards. Sheikh Mohammed has very high standards. He doesn't tolerate nonsense. Say whatever you want about him, but he is a hardcore taskmaster. He believes in quality and excellence like no one else. Even MBZ, Mohammed bin Zayed, Abu Dhabi it's very quiet, but they are much more competitive than Dubai. It shows off a lot, and yes, they are, kind of stylish and modern, but Abu Dhabi is at another level totally. And I personally know so many locals who I'll tell you, on any given day, they can be the best in the world. But like I told you, it's hardly a decimal point of the population, decimal. So what I want to tell you is this article is very true, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. For me, personally, I think my gut feeling says if there were 100 Emiratis, let's say 100 Emiratis, I would say only three would stand out. The rest, all of them, are going to be just a normal waste of space, no use, nothing. If I were generous, I would say maybe 10 would work hard, but they want a very high salary. The rest just want a high salary and they don't do anything about it. Okay. So this is my analysis. You let me know if I'm right or wrong. Okay. You let me know if I'm right or wrong, because this is my experience with these Emiratis. And I'm not saying that they are bad individuals. Mind you, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're evil. It's just the problem is the upbringing that they've been given, the opportunities, the life of luxury, the benefits, the perks, the government handouts, and the sense of entitlement, and having a Western education with everything easy. They don't give a fuck. End of the day, a local will be a local, Emirati will be Emirati, like an Indian will be an Indian, Pakistani will be Pakistan. The root, they never change. And for an Emirati, they want an easy life, big salary, less work, less pressure, all the perks and benefits, and they want to enjoy their life. They are not going to work hard. Unless of course, they have a very tough life. They know what is their responsibilities. They have a lot of, challenges. They have their family. They shoulder the family responsibility, and then they will work hard. But still, they will want all the perks and benefits which they are entitled to. Maybe not as much as for business people, because business people who are dealing with people around the world, they are a different breed altogether, because they know if you have to survive and sustain globally, you have to be flexible, you have to be respectful. Those locals, Emiratis, are a class apart. But the rest of them who are employees, they are a fucking pain in the ass. And trust me when I say it, my open challenge, that 97%, they will never have a job, and they'll only survive because of the government and the big salaries and perks and benefits. without expats, UAE and all these Arab countries, without expats, they cannot survive at all. This is my open challenge to you. This is my analysis. Let me know if you think I am wrong. I would love to hear your point of view. This is me signing off. Take care. Waiting for confirmation. Once I come to know that I can share it, I'll share it with you guys immediately. Stay tuned and take care.